Hi everyone, Bandana here, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to the channel. I'm back in action after my mostly relaxing trip away with Coco and Nova. Yes, that's right, you get Doggo pictures as a treat for coming to watch the video. Today we're taking another look at Line War, a fantastic and unique RTS with some 4X elements that just had a big update with the addition of AI. So the game now has single player skirmish and co-op against the AI. It's a massive and welcome addition to the game that I think a lot of people have been looking forward to. But more on that in a moment. First, many thanks to Studio Centurion, the developers of the game, for a key and also for sponsoring this video. It's actually the first sponsorship I've ever accepted, firstly because I already know the game is good, and secondly because they have no strange terms where I have to worship or lie about the game, and it kind of helps that I already know the game's good again, right? And well, thirdly because Bandana has bills to pay, also known as Nova and Coco eat a lot of treats. Okay, formalities out of the way, let's talk Line War. First, a little bit of background. It's a fantastic game that originally released in May 2022. Line War at that time focused on player versus player multiplayer, which could be daunting for newcomers faced with seasoned veterans wielding an advanced understanding of the game. However, the developers have never stopped adding to the game since release, and last year saw the addition of aircraft carriers, tutorial videos, amongst many other additions and fixes. And now with the addition of AI, it's obviously a massive update for the game and likely to attract a lot of new players by removing some of that intimidation. In other words, right now is a great time to join the fray, honing your skills against the AI and then perhaps venturing into some player versus player matches. And at a standard price of just £15.49 or $19.99, Line War offers exceptional value, but, yes, there's a but, right now, it's 25% off. So it's just £11.61 or $14.99 until the 19th of May. In other words, we've reached a stage where the game is beyond a good bargain. If you are interested in taking a closer look at the game or maybe picking it up, please click the shortened link to Steam in the description down below as it ticks some metric box that I've sent you there. As ever, this whole industry runs on these weird metrics now, so it helps me, it helps the developer, and it helps you lot as viewers because at the end of the day, if I get good metrics, then more companies want to appear on the channel. So pretty pleased with the cherry on top, click the link. I should stress, I don't get paid or anything for the link, it is just literally a tick box exercise. Remember, by the way, if you've already played Line War and you're a veteran of the game, leave your thoughts about the game down below in the comments because I'm sure other people would love to see some other opinions rather than just hearing mine. Now, if you do buy the game, you're not just getting the game as it is now. Looking ahead, Studio Centurion have ambitious plans for Line War, promising ongoing updates as they have done already at no additional cost. These include single-player campaigns, user-generated single-player content, new technologies, enhancing existing unit capabilities, and a focus on the esports side of things, complete with professionally casted season finals. They also plan ongoing localization efforts, with languages added this patch of German, Spanish, and Russian. Additionally, you can expect a plethora of new features such as a more detailed economy, orbital warfare, infrastructure improvements such as roads and things, and of course refined AI amongst many others. This entire list is also on the Steam page, which you can find at the link in the description below. Okay, on to the gameplay mechanics, which I don't want to go into too much detail on because I'm going to play against the AI and you'll get to see it all firsthand. But Line War combines 4X elements with a unique control system, emphasizing strategy and map control over the micromanagement side. As you expand your territory, establish cities, construct industries for income, and refine oil for energy, you'll command a diverse array of land, sea, and air units using distinctive line-based commands. A refreshing departure from traditional RTS. Did I mention, by the way, that all the maps are randomly generated, allowing for seemingly endless replayability, with the added advantage that they are based on a seed code and therefore you can save them for later, or you can get one off a friend, enter the code and play that map that they liked. Before we jump into a game versus the AI, let's not forget Line War's multiplayer modes, ranked 1v1 that they have regular tournaments with. It's also got unranked 1v1 and team games up to 4v4, as well as 8-player free-for-all, And it has a sandbox single-player mode where you can switch between the two players just to practice things. The new modes are a 1v1 against the AI and co-op with up to 4 players on one team versus an AI, and I'll discuss this more shortly at the game setup, as well as the new Handicap feature, which plays a big role here. Again, do click the link down below in the description, and if you do pick up the game, I recommend joining the game's Discord. Really nice community over there with interaction from the devs as well, and plenty of strategy discussion, looking for games channel, amongst other things. The other thing to check out are the in-game tutorial videos if you pick it up, because the dev team did a really good job with these in my opinion. And finally, mark your calendars for this Saturday, May the 11th, when I'll be streaming Line War at 1400 UTC plus 1, aka 2 PM current British summertime. Whether you are a seasoned veteran or someone who has just picked up the game, come along, join us, we'll play some co-op games, and maybe we'll risk getting destroyed in some player versus player. Okay, all of that said about the game, let's play a game against the AI. I'm not going to make it like a tutorial, but I'll try and explain what I'm doing as I'm going. I've played a couple of games against the AI so far. It's pretty good. You hit duel and then you hit play. Simple as that. It will bring you onto this screen next. Now, either you'll load in like I did, because I already loaded the map, or it will take a second to load the map in as well. The map in the background here, you can randomize it to have a random seed. You can put your own number in. You can get a number of seed off the official Discord. There's an entire channel dedicated to it. Or you can favorite them, save them, bring them back later, etc, etc, etc. This is kind of the default one that always pops up for me, so we'll just stick with this for now. Down here, you'll see you have this button which says tab above it. You can use the tab as a hotkey. This game has hotkeys for everything. Over here, you'll see another one which is like a navigation test, so that just tests whether ships can move from point to point. You know, if there's a little narrow gap like here, yes, the ship can get through. Can my ship, however, go from there up to the top? The answer is no, it gets stuck. There's no path for it through. So, things to bear in mind. Then next on W, we have the aircraft range. So if you imagine the point is where the airstrip is, or the airport, or indeed the aircraft carrier, which you can have at sea. Green is where your helicopters can go to. Blue is where your interceptors and strikers. Strikers carry anti-ground missiles. And then the red zone on the edge is where your strategic bombers or your transports can go to. Obviously, if you build them in one airport, you know, you can move them to an airstrip further away, or you can move them to a different aircraft carrier, etc, etc, etc. And obviously the aircraft carriers can move around. All of this is more advanced stuff, which we might not go into today, but again, they have tutorials for all of this. The tutorial videos are very good. So it's really nice now that you can see all of this on the map as well. The next one along is the rocket. So this is what I would call a tactical nuke. They call it a rocket. It's a tactical nuke. Massive explosion. Again, it launches from a rocket pad or a rocket launch pad, and then can go as far as the flashing orange area. And then finally here you have the range of the linking or pipelines. So when you build a refinery or a power plant of any kind, then you can build a storage for energy and connect the energy storage to the refinery or the power plant. And that's the range you have for that. So it's a pretty big range. Okay, that's that side of the map done. Let's have a look on the right hand side of the screen now, which is where the players are. So, first up you have player 1, which is you, and then you have AI 2, and the 2 just references it in slot 2 or player slot 2. You can't add any more AI. So even if you do a co-op game, you can have up to 4 people versus the AI, so you can have 4 players versus 1 AI, but you can't increase the number of AI at the moment. I don't know if they plan to adjust that. Now, the fix for that, however, to make the AI more difficult, is they've added this, which is the Handicap. So, the base income and starting resources are 1. So that's where we are right now. You can then increase or decrease that. So you can make your life harder by decreasing it to 3/4, a half, or a quarter of what you would normally get. And that applies to not only the starting resources, but the income as well. Or, perhaps it's a little bit too hard and you want life to be easier, well, you can increase it all the way up to 4 times. But again, if you were playing 4 players versus an AI in multiplayer for co-op, then you could put the AI on 4 times, and you'd be basically playing it against 4 normal AI, because it has 4 times the resources. So, something to bear in mind. It's there for that purpose. You can adjust it as you see fit. If you want to make your life harder against the AI, you can decrease yours and increase the AI's. Or in multiplayer, say, you know, you've got 4 people who are really good at the game, but you want to play against the AI, increase the AI to 4 and give yourselves 0.5, so half it. And just make it harder so the AI can just flood you with stuff and really give you a challenge. Lots of options there to play around with. I'm really glad they added that, because I think if they just had AI and there was no change in difficulty or anything like that with this new feature, the Handicap feature, I think it would get pretty boring fast, but this allows you to tailor the experience to how you want it. For today, we're going to leave it at 1 and 1. So I'm going to hit start. So the start of the match is picking your positions. And it starts with a picking phase of blocking areas from the opponent, which I'm going to show you now. So there we go. We're in picking phase part 1. So as you'll notice, if I zoom out here all the way, you can see the map. Now, I'm just going to pause it quickly, just because the time continues. I don't think it matters that the time continues at the moment, but I'll just pause it anyway. So just a quick look at the map, just so I can show you what these icons are. This here is power source or refinery position, so there's oil there basically. Then you've got this here, which is a town. This here, which is a town that can become a city, so it has the potential to be a city. These on the coastline, like this one here, is a city that can have a port and therefore can have a trade route. And that trade route, you can just barely see a line going up to this one here. So if you control both of those, you could trade between the 2 positions. Anything with the wheat symbol is a farm. Then you've got forestry areas, so lumber mills. And anything with a diamond is basically a gem mine or whatever. So this is your 4X aspect to this game. The idea is you expand, you take various zones of the map, you build towns, cities, your industry, you need the power from the oil, which you can then add to storage as well to save up for when you're doing a big attack, because tanks, just tanks as ground vehicles, are the only ground vehicle that needs it. They need power. Aircraft need power and ships need power. So when you're doing a big attack late in the game, you will want power. It is really important. You can also get it from building power plants, but they give you 1/3 of what the refineries do. So the refineries give you a lot more, 3 times as much. Okay, so I'm going to unpause. We need to select some areas. I don't want the AI to have control of this crossroads here, so I'm just going to put something fairly far down. And immediately the AI counter picks here. So you can see the AI is picked there, and this area is now completely blocked off. No one can position there at the start. But the AI could position along here and attack me straight away. What I don't want them to do is spawn behind me, because that would be very annoying. So I'm just going to put this here. And they've chosen over there. Okay, so now I get to choose another area. Realistically, I'm planning to spawn up here and then spread out. Would it make any difference at this stage, stopping the AI being able to spawn over here? Not massively, I don't think. But just for the sake of doing it, I will put this down here. There you go. I've blocked that area off. Look, I can't put anything there, but neither can the AI. But the AI has claimed this area down here. You can see the red there. I still get to choose another area. I'll choose this over here, just for the sake of it. And there we go. So that's it. We can't choose any more now. Sometimes this goes on longer and you get multiple picking phases and you can choose more, but realistically, we're not going to be spawning anywhere else. We're going to be spawning in the middle. So I'm going to zoom in. You can have up to 6 starting zones. Each one costs 200 of your starting resources. It is completely up to you if you spend it all. I tend to at the moment, but I'm sure some experts at play would tell you differently. You have to have connected areas. So I'm going to select these. So I've got 2 towns, and I've got some places to position industry as well. So a couple of farms, the mine up there for the gems on the hill. And that's all I can do now. I've just got to wait for a few seconds till it starts. Okay, and this is the start of the game. So I'm going to click on buildings and then quickly pause it. So at the start of the game, you get an amount of money that you're allowed to spend on putting buildings down without having to worry about building time. So they will build instantly. I want to put down some towns here and here. Okay. I'm not sure it'll let me do it when it's paused, but we'll try. There you go. So I've got 700 more to spend. So I'd like to put down another town. There we go. Town goes down there. And then I probably should put a couple of industries down at least. So we'll put the mine down. And I've got 250 more capital. Realistically now, I probably want to put down at least 1 construction building. So it starts straight away. And then I've still got 1,500 there. So I could put down a few more. So let's stick down another production up there if I can. It won't let me do it while it's paused, okay? So when I unpause, I'll be able to build normal stuff now. But I can pause it and put down the pre-built stuff, shall we say. Right, before we unpause then, I just want to quickly talk about the orders. So there are different orders here at the side. You can see again hotkeys for everything: Q, W, E, R, and T. So Q is the dot, which just puts a spot down, and then a circle forms around that, and anything within that larger circle will move into the middle. Straightforward enough. The one next to it, which is like a defensive line, so you can choose that to build a defensive wall. You can also have it as an attack move or as a move order. I'm not sure how often you would do that. Mainly you'd do it as defensive, which is a shield. You put that down, and then units that you've selected, for example, I want to select the standard infantry, artillery, and maybe anti-air. If I then draw that line like this, any units near it will start to fill that up and entrench themselves. They'll put sandbags down and they get a defensive bonus. Bear in mind that when they're building the defenses, they take fatigue. So fatigue damage is a thing in this game. Then you've got the standard move order, and this comes in a couple of different variations. So there is attack move, which is just that symbol. If you click that again, you will get attack move with haste. So they move fast, which again will take fatigue. Or you can do attack, move, and capture. That's the little flag, which is the one we use most of the time, because we want to cap stuff. Then you've got the move command, but that can only do move or move with haste. Units won't attack when they use that one. They just move to the point. I think they might shoot at stuff that's right in front of them, but they won't stop and engage. Straightforward enough. So what we're going to do now is put down a couple of move commands. So we want these guys maybe to come up here and double back on themselves. These guys maybe move all the way up to there. And these ones will move all the way up to there and cap all of that. And when they get up there and cap all that, maybe we'll have them come across here and cap this side as well. And then maybe move down here and attack the enemy. So a few different options. Then we've got these guys here. We definitely want some to start coming this way. And then we probably want someone to come over here as well. I don't know where the AI will have spawned. They're either down here or over here most likely. They'll want to be somewhere near me to pose a threat. So now that I've put those orders down, if I unpause it, you'll see that my other buildings have gone down that I wanted to place. So this actually has put them down. You notice my money's gone now. That's just what happens. So I'm out of money, but I will gain money from all of these positions. If you click here, you can see the economy. That's my income. You can see what's going out, what's coming in. So we're doing pretty well at the moment. Now these guys will start moving around and capping stuff, which is great. That's what we want them to do. You'll see there, they've stopped. They're capping this. These guys will move that way. These guys are all going to move this way. Anything that spawns here should follow this path. Anything that spawns there should again follow this path. At the moment, the one spawning here will probably follow this, but we will redirect them as soon as they've capped that position. You'll notice that these guys have found that defensive line that I was building and have immediately started putting stuff down. I don't want them to do that, so I'm going to delete that. We want to see if the enemy are there first, okay? If we find the enemy are here, we will build a defensive wall across here. Or indeed, if they're at this side, we'll build it across here. Just to cut them off and protect ourselves a bit. Keep an eye on your resources, because as you can see, my resources are going up and up and up. And it's worth just keeping up with building the industries, building any towns. Obviously, the ports are good, but I'm not sure if you get anything from the ports until they can build anything else. Well, if that's a capital, you get plus 38 capital. Oh, sorry. You get plus 38 capital per minute from that. But I don't know if that's only if the ships are there. Oh no, ships generate 120 per minute, so you do get some just for having that down, so it's worth probably putting that down. So he's the enemy. That's what I was on about. So we're going to build a 3-thingy defensive line across here. So now they will start coming down here and building this defensive wall. And that will make them safer than the enemy, so to speak. What we're going to do is delete this. The reason I want to delete that is these guys are still going to follow it, but anything that comes out of there now is going to come down here. And the same as I'm going to delete that. I want everyone to come down here now and start building this wall. See, these guys are entrenched. They're now engaging. And this is the beauty of line wall. They're doing their thing. They will continue to follow those orders. They will do as I have told them. I don't have to worry about it. They will start engaging there, and the enemy is going to put a lot of pressure on us, and we need to keep an eye on that. We need to put down more production. So we need to put down, for example, we probably want to put down a vehicle thing now, so we can make our own artillery, because they've got some. And we probably want to stick down some more infantry as well. And we just want to keep churning and churning and churning. They've even got aircraft coming out, look. So where I've got this down, I want to build artillery, and I also want to build anti-air SAM. So that will engage the helicopters. Don't get me wrong, my infantry will engage the helicopters, but they won't do as much. Obviously, this is not going well for us at the moment. They've managed to push through, and they managed to get someone around there, but it's okay. We will eventually deal with that. I'm going to put down another one of those. Just got to keep some pressure on. We will eventually overwhelm the few units that are here, but look at that. They're capping stuff behind us, which means that they could potentially start spawning stuff there. So we need to get some pressure on. So hopefully when these guys get in range of that, some of them will come this way. We are sort of slowly regaining control here. But it's costing us a lot at the moment. We're losing units, but so are they. We're still capping all this stuff up here, so we need to keep an eye on that. Not that there's too much we can do at the moment. We just need to keep remembering to expand our industry, because that is really important. Because that gives us more income, which means we can make more units. There we go. That's a striker that the enemy's brought in, firing rockets at our ground units. Now we can counter that by building our own jets, but also we should be aware that sooner or later they're going to start sending ships as well. See how he's capping that? We're going to try and intercept that though, because I'm just going to move this over. That's the beauty. You can move these around, so hopefully now someone will follow that and go and attack him. But you see, I've managed to sort of get control of this area now. So we kind of locked this down. I need to start thinking about other units and stuff though. So we'll let some more money come in. I think that's building an anti-air unit now. Right, we can build... I'm going to build this here. So we can have interceptors going all the way over here. So that means that we can build some interceptors. I'm going to get rid of the aircraft. I'm going to select interceptors. And then our interceptors can engage the enemy. And stop them sending the helicopters over and causing us issues. Also, we need to be aware that there could be ships coming. So we also need to think about building a shipyard. But first I'm going to build some more resource stuff. That can now be deleted. We've captured all that. Those guys are going up here. All of these units will come up here. We'll capture this and then we'll come around behind the enemy. And if we get over here, we can start putting production down. See, they're capturing stuff here. We need to intercept them here. We need to start engaging them. So what I can actually do is change this to a move order and just do this. And that will now tell them just to charge straight through and engage this guy. I can also make that an attack command, but make it attack directly. So they won't stop to capture, they will just go and attack that guy. And I can even move that up to chase after that one that's running away. Still having a hard time here. What I'm going to do is attack and capture, but I'm going to deselect those and just have it be the infantry. And just try and draw a line from here to here. So I want those infantry to come out of there and attack these, because they have a longer range. The artillery has a long range. I can even force that by selecting this and deselecting infantry. And that means only vehicles will get in here now. And like here, I could deselect the vehicles so only infantry push this way. See, these guys are charging over here now. Just telling them to engage, engage, engage. And you see the infantry are pushing out here now. We've probably got enough infantry going that way, so I'm going to delete this. Some will keep going that way, the rest will go this way. And they'll engage. I've got some interceptors being built there. I've got a bit of cash now, so what we're going to do is build... Oh, you see a big ship there, look. That's a cruiser. So that's pretty nasty. We're going to build shipyards up here. And a submarine pen. And that is going to build cruisers as well. And we can probably potentially put another one down. Can I afford another one? I can now. That's going to build transport ships and, let's say, destroyers. Because look at that, they've gone straight for my resource point. So the AI is pretty good. They will attack the right stuff. These guys need to keep pushing. There's enemies over here. They managed to get units this way. What I'm going to do is just say, you guys go that way, you guys go that way. And then a couple of you are actually going to just circle back around and cap stuff. So now we've got the problem of these aircraft are harassing us quite a bit. So we will grab the aircraft. So I'll deselect that. And we're going to grab the interceptors. And I'm just going to tell the interceptors to come and guard this area. Still got the issue of these guys attacking our city, which will be really annoying. Because obviously it's giving us all the resources. We'll build a new one up here, just so we get some more. We can build another one on that little town there as well. Here we're starting to build ships and stuff, so they will do their thing. All of this costs money, so the more you're producing, the more money you're spending. Our interceptors is now engaging both the ground targets and will engage any aircraft as well. And we've got a couple there, so they will just gradually launch, come across, engage, but we're now getting shot by anti-air. And they have long-range missiles, so that's bad for us as well. They will probably kill my interceptor. How are we doing over here? We have managed to take control of everything by the looks of it. So let's have these guys start to cap stuff. Maybe we can cap all the way down here and then come in behind them. I don't have a huge amount of production right now. I'm aware that realistically I'm going to need power. You can see it's already -5 energy. This, if I won't select that, but if I select these and give an attack move order, we can tell them to come this way and engage anything down there. So our submarine should head down that way after it's capped that point. But we lost our town there, which is kind of annoying. Can delete that now. I'm letting that ship cap this point, or this cap that, and then we'll start moving units across here as well. I can delete that, you see, and I can tell them to come across to there. We can delete that one. Notice there's various ships knocking around now. Our infantry's still pushing this way. We are doing pretty well over here. Just going to have this push this way. Hang on. You guys can push around this way and then come back. These guys, I'm going to do this. Just cap this area, and then maybe some of them can come down there and cap those. Not any super rush for them to do that. I think the more there are, the faster they'll do it, but we obviously need to deal with all of these ships. Oh, we're already engaging them up here, look. I outnumber them, so we're okay. What I'm going to do is, I've got that selected. I'm going to tell these guys to come across here. So that ship will now come here, pick up some of these guys and drop them off over there. And they'll keep doing that. These guys, I don't know if they're capping that or not at the moment. They were thinking about it. What I'm going to do is tell them not to worry about capping and just go and attack down. Oh, I can't do it. That's why I'm out of energy. I wonder why they stopped moving. So I need to build power source. So we'll build a refinery on that. So the refinery on the oil there. We can build a energy storage and then we can link them. A little button over here. Link to that. And that means you have some build up later. So at the moment we've got the problem here, which is that there's ships right next to the airport, which is kind of annoying. Our guys are still pushing through here slowly. Ideally I need to build here, but we need to get these ships on the move first. We need to be able to engage with them. So I need that power source up and running. It's kind of slowed us down a bit. What I can do here is change this now and just say everything push forward. So they can all come and attack. In fact, we could delete that one and make it 2 and then just go push through to here. You see they're building defenses now, so the AI is trying to defend against me pushing them. Which is a pretty sensible thing to do, to be fair. Oh, I selected tanks as well. I haven't built any tanks yet. I've got the artillery coming in. I'm going to tell the aircraft to try and engage there. Various ships here. We're now capping that area. I've only got 1 power at the minute, so I still need to do more power stuff. I can build a normal power plant. It doesn't give us much, but it's better than nothing. I really need this upgrading to a city, maybe, which costs me quite a bit, I think. We're winning this fight with the ships and submarines. I would like to build another one of these, just so we can grab all of these to come down and assist here. So all of our ships can help engage there. In fact, that can probably stop building transports now. They've managed to capture this. So what we'll do is say, delete that, and then we will have them bring all of these units down here. So now all those infantry will get moved down to the bottom. And in the meantime, let's build a city there. This fight's going for us. It is going. I'm going to delete this, because all these units can just start moving up and engaging. Because we're winning this fight, which is the most important thing. These guys have kind of done their thing there. So what we'll do is draw a line so they can come over this way. And go all the way up here. Oh, it's too long. Okay. Maybe they won't do that. Let's bring them down this way. Around the bottom. Maybe just get them to there then. And they're still capping that area. Big fight here. AI's putting up quite a bit of a fight against us. We need more income. Our ships are finally arriving down here, so we're engaging there. We're getting transport up to here. If we cap this, then we can start building behind the enemy. But look, they've got units up here because they're capping as well. We're about to surprise them. There's only one guy on that ship. That's not good. We're out of power again, which is less than ideal. I need more oh, there we go. If I build a refinery here, that should give me a bit more control. I'm going to delete that so that my ships, or my aircraft land even. We're doing pretty well. What I'd love to do is build a... I'm going to build... I need more income. I can't afford that. And now, there we go. Make that into a city. That should give us loads. We're now capping this, which is good. Didn't mean to do that. I want these guys to come here. I want them to cap that first. And then we can build over there. These guys are doing a good job down here. Let's make this 3. And we'll just keep pushing through. Delete the old orders as you go. Keep deleting old stuff that you don't need. Right, we've got loads more income now in terms of power, which is really important. Now, these ships here, I'm going to send them down here and start attacking the enemy shipyards. Because we need them gone. We need them gone. They're a big threat to us at the moment. And then we should build... Oh, can't afford it. How much does that cost? 250. Oh, we can build another town now. Got to remember to try and keep it with your resource production as well. These guys are still going. We're putting up a hell of a fight against the AI. I'm going to select this. I'm going to drop it down to a single line. Oh, crap. That wants to be 3. I want to draw a new line. And this new line will just make 1. And that'll just pull some of these guys over here and engage this. Our ships have arrived down here, so we'll engage these guys. We really want to be building here as well, but my economy isn't good enough right now. Last time I played, my economy was a lot better. I'm struggling a bit more this time. We can build... Trying to keep on top of this. You know what we could do, actually? We don't need to be producing more ships now. There we go. So we just turn everything off for the time being. We don't need more ships. We've got more than enough ships right now. They're engaging this stuff down here. All good. All of these troops have been moved down here. They've capped this stuff. What we're going to do down here, I think, is build a defensive wall. Just too thick and just do that. And those guys can get in there for the time being. In the meantime, we can build more production. So let's... or more industry. And then we can build some more production. Let's do that down here. So let's put down one of those. I would have put down one of these as well, but I can't afford it right now, so that's fine. Let's build that up there. I think we're winning this fight down here slowly. Just going to engage that there. These guys are still pushing. We're not doing as well here, you'll notice. What's going on here? Oh, the artillery wasn't being told to move. The artillery needs to go and help. That's why we're struggling. We're struggling against the defensive line. Why can't I afford it? There we go. Oh, that's still being built. That's why I couldn't build it there. Come on. Couldn't afford it. There we go. So that will now build transport ships, and the transport ships will bring even more cash in. Let's try and assist with our aircraft now. So if we deselect that and select our fighters and just do 2, and we say those fighters should come down here. They will come across and engage these which are destroying our ships. And by that token, I would like to start producing anti-air ships. And you can produce cruisers. We'll start producing ships again because we've lost a few. This fight isn't going as well for us now, you'll notice. We've kind of slowed down because we're not producing enough units. But equally, I need to be producing more income. I need more income. More. I'm going to build this here. And then I can link these. And then I want to build a shipyard down here if I can. Or when I can. There we go. The artillery has arrived. Oh, crap. All of this stuff over here is now going to move over that way. To assist, because we've got all those units there, not doing much. These guys are just building a nice defensive wall here. And, oh, they probably need to move out and attack now. So I'm actually going to do this and have them all push down this way and attack these buildings. More resources. What else can we build? We can make that a city now, can't we? Oh, they're still building that, that's why. Could build one there, though. Cities are good because they bring in a lot of income. We're doing a bit better here now. The artillery is doing its job. I'm going to make that 5 wide, because it's like our main set of troops. We can build another city there now. Build some industry over here. How are we doing for capping stuff around this way? Pretty good. I'm going to draw a quick line up here, so some of them come this way. And cap all of those positions. Doesn't need to be a lot, just needs to be a couple of them. These guys, as you can see, have pushed this way, taking all these zones now. I'm going to delete that. I'm going to do this so they cap those points. What I'd like to do is show off by building a rocket platform. There we go. I'm going to build it here. And that rocket platform can fire all the way to there, so we can hit the enemy if they've still got stuff here. Other things you can do, which is quite fun, is, for example, once I have enough resources, I'm just trying to build up the resources at the same time. The AI wants to quit. So the AI, when it's outnumbered, will realise it needs to quit. We're not going to let it at the moment. What I'm actually going to do is drag that back, and I'm going to build a defensive wall to basically give the AI a chance. So I'm going to do that. And now all of my units that come here will basically form a defensive line. And then the AI can do its thing over here for the moment. So we're building the rocket platform there. What I also want to build is this. So this is just a standard airport, or when you produce aircraft. And I want to build commandos. So what we're going to do is send commandos into their territory. We've kind of overwhelmed them quicker than I did before. I'm getting better at the game. It's basically a takeaway. I am improving. But what we're going to do is we're going to have that build transport aircraft. That's going to build a rocket when it's finished, which will take a while anyway. Let's build... Can we build a city there now? Not yet. But we can build some more resource stuff. We can build a town over here. Oh, we can't because we don't control it yet. Sad times. What do we control over here? I think we can build there. It's kind of over that way. That's being built there. We can build on these areas as well, though. See, we've just built a nice defensive wall here. We're not moving anywhere else. What we'll do with some of these ships now, I think we can stop producing ships again. Just so we're not spending so much money on them. But then we can delete this and just maybe have them capture these points. Maybe just do that so they capture those ones up there. And then otherwise they can just hang down here. Should be able to extend that. What is that connected to? Farm there. And these three here. Oh, it's still building that one, that's why. It's just taking its sweet time. I think the more infantry you have, or the more units you have, capping a point, the faster it goes. So this guy in his own here is going to be pretty slow at the left-hand side of the screen there. Oh, oh, oh. This isn't going well, look. Look at this. So this is a problem. How far can these guys travel? They can kind of get over there. So what we're going to do is send the aircraft over there. So there's our interceptors. We're just going to say, you guys get over here, because they're under attack. So we've got one transport aircraft and we've got one commando there. They can carry 2 commandos each. And I'll show you how we do that in a second. What I will do is put down another one of these. And have it produce commandos. There's our rocket being built, which we can engage with soon. And over here, what we'll do is, just to assist at this side, is stick down a couple of these. And what we'll do is have them build tanks this time, just as something different. And just make sure that's got tank selected. It does, good. Got a couple of aircraft coming in now, which we'll engage with our interceptors. So we're doing okay there. This, I'm just going to move further back again, just so they don't push too far forward. Got 3 of these guys on the go now. So what I'm going to do is select the commandos. And I'm going to select the transport aircraft. And what should happen is when I do this... That's not what I wanted. Delete that. It keeps giving me... I just want a single one to go over here. cancel. No, the AI can't have that. So they should now... 2 of them gone in that one. So the next one, these ones should get in. And what should happen is that will follow this over here. Or you can do this. You can do a single dot. And that will summon any aircraft in the area. So if I delete that, that should still work. So what should happen is this should go to that point and drop those guys off. But if you're not sure, you can click it and click control. And it links them. Is my understanding. So I think these should take off and drop off there now. If you hold control and click them. Yeah, there we go. So it's taking off. It's heading that way. We're doing all right over here now. Tanks take a while to build. We've got loads of cash this time. I want to fire this missile, but it kind of has to be on this area, I think. Because that's as far as it can reach. But there you go, the paratroopers are in, the commandos. And they're really hard to see. And they're very strong. So they can cause lots of havoc behind enemy lines, and you basically have to be on top of them to see them. Aha! Our rocket is just about ready. They take a while to build, as you can see, but they are very strong. Unfortunately, there's not much to kill with it. But we're going to drop it here anyway. So the center is the most destructive, and then obviously the blast wave goes pretty far. So I might injure a few of my troops here, but just to demonstrate. But the blast is huge. It's a tactical nuke. There you go. Big blast. So we killed that building. Now what we're going to do is just do that, but I'm going to do this and just have all the units now plow through this way. And I'll delete that, so it basically says to them all, get moving. And then the same here. Oh, nope. Want that, and that, and that. Nope. There we go. Just want everything to plow through this way. There we go. And obviously this is a big force, so it's going to take a few seconds for it to all to go, I need to move. Oh, of course. This is awkwardly. Got the wrong stuff selected. That's on me. That's why it wasn't, nothing was moving. It can be a bit fiddly getting used to dealing with this and getting the right commands. But you'll get there eventually. I've got loads of cash now, as you can see. So once you really get the production up and running, it's not a problem anymore. And I could just be whacking down loads of production stuff now. Because I can afford it. As you can see, look at this. Just charging through now. And if I wanted to speed this up, I can change this to move fast. So it's on attack move, but not capture, and it'll just plow through really quickly. And the way to win the game, if the opponent doesn't surrender or the AI doesn't surrender, is you destroy all their buildings. Pretty straightforward. This will keep dropping your paratroopers off as long as you've got the commandos off as long as you've got the commander. So every time more spawn, they'll get on a plane, and then the plane will launch and drop them off. And I mean, that's another thing you could do, obviously, is I could just sit here and put down multiple of these and just make sure they're all producing commandos and just absolutely churn out the commandos to attack the opponent with. And people do that, I think, in multiplayer, is like do strikes around the back of your base and stuff with loads of commandos. But it's one of those games that's really easy to pick up, and get used to, and then quite hard to master. But I really, really, really recommend giving it a go if you fancy something a bit different. If you do like the look of the game, as I said at the start of the video, please do click the link down in the description. That link is linked to me, and if you click it and go and look, it ticks a box somewhere and ticks the box for their metrics, yada yada yada. And obviously if you buy the game and you've clicked on that link, I assume it tells them that as well. But I think a lot of people were waiting for the single player of this, and the AI is not bad. And I think it'll be a lot of fun to play against the AI in the co-op mode as well. But it's a very clever game. And the way they did the ordering system in this always impressed me. It is very, very clever. I managed to change that to only just the commando unit. How? How did I do that? But yeah. AI's not bad. Puts up quite a fight until you're used to the game, but then you just turn up the difficulty a bit more. But good fun. But thank you everyone for joining me. I hope that was interesting. Match is over. We won, obviously. Destroyed the last building. Obviously, you can see the AI was kind of the same as us. And we slowly just overtook. And that's because I had the lion's share of the map. If I was in a different position, and the AI was in a different position, it may well be doing better than me because it would have control more of the map. So, as you can see, the capital generated, I had more than double. But a lot of that was because just the map control. So map positioning makes a huge difference in this game. And obviously that's why it's so interesting with the randomly generated maps. But yeah, lots of fun. They've really outdone themselves getting the AI in. And remember, as I said at the start of the video, the game's not finished development. They're just planning to add more and more and more to it. So I think you're getting a lot for your money at the end of the day. Especially with the dedication these guys have and the interest in running proper tournaments to be casted and live streamed and everything. But thank you very much for joining me, everyone. Please do guys have a like, share and subscribe. Remember to go and check out the game at the link below.